Welcome racers, Marshall Pruett. We are here at St. Petersburg. Round 1 of the 2023 NTT IndyCar Series is in the books. All of our coverage this weekend so thankfully brought to us by Shell. We have been powered by Shell this whole weekend. That might have been the most boring IndyCar race. I'm kidding. This was, we're gonna need to insert a bleep here. This was a show, boys and girls. How many cars were running on the lead lap by the halfway point? 15 of the 27 who started. How many were on the lead lap by about 2/3 of the race gone? I think it was 12 to 13. Out of 27 who started, roughly 12 to 13 were still on the lead lap, still in a competitive place. Learned, I believe, from one official of all the crashes, the massive crashes, and thankfully everybody's okay. Jack Harvey, they took to the hospital just to do some evaluation. They said just through an abundance of care. There's a finger hurt here and a knee hurt there a little bit. Nobody seriously injured though, but from all of this, 3 chassis were destroyed today. This among the countless number of cars that not only ran into each other, had their own misfortunes. We had Kyle Kirkwood, 20-foot jump maybe over the back of Jack Harvey's car, who ran into Rinus VeeKay. Harvey not at fault, Kirkwood not at fault. To start the race, we had a red flag on lap 1. We made it 3 turns in the new season before we went to a red flag. When has that ever happened? Devlin DeFrancesco, a scary hit. Looked like a IndyCar Frisbee getting shot up in the air, getting hit there. He's fine. Simon Pagenaud, Benjamin Peterson, Santino Ferrucci, Stingray Robb, and on and on and on. Seemingly, everybody got into something at some point in time. Nonetheless, we had this great race. Pole sitter Romain Grosjean led a bunch of laps, looked like he was on the way to possibly winning. Tire strategy played in Team Penske's favor though. Scott McLaughlin, absolute perfection from his end, getting great life out of his alternate tires. Primaries though is really where he started the race and made an inroad, made an advantage of those who started on the alternates and suffered towards the end. Looked like we were locked in a battle for the win between McLaughlin and Grosjean. Huge thing coming out of the pits toward the end. Final pit stop. We have McLaughlin coming out in front of Grosjean, who had 1 lap of heat in his tires. Defense from McLaughlin, as he had the right to do. Grosjean went around the outside trying to go into turn 4. Held that line on the outside. Gave McLaughlin room. McLaughlin back of the car, slid a little bit, hit Romain into the tires. They went. Nothing malicious from McLaughlin. Obviously, Romain was very unhappy and unimpressed. His first IndyCar win potentially taken away right there. And so who inherits the lead? Pato O'Ward. Never in striking distance, running 3rd pretty much most of the day. All of a sudden, he inherits the lead and he goes on to win. No, he doesn't. Marcus Ericsson, baller. He's gonna give me crap as well. He sent me a text this morning saying, you didn't include me in your top 12 drivers in the championship thing. And I'm like, I kind of did, but anyways, I'll get crap from him later. But Marcus Ericsson, 3 laps to go, charging, cutting into Pato's lead, takes the lead, wins the opening race of the year. Thing that I loved, might not have happened a year ago had Marcus won this race, after winning the Indy 500. They're letting folks see his personality, and he's an awesome guy. Huge response from the crowd, huge cheers. Who are my heroes for the day? I'm an underdog guy. I always worked for smaller, medium-sized IndyCar teams. That's where my heart is. If you're anything like me, you're loving everything that took place with Juncos Hollinger Racing. Smallest, newest team in the field. Callum Illott, one of my 6 wildcard drivers for the year. 5th place, a real 5th place too, driving like mad. Behind him, his teammate, rookie teammate, never done an open wheel race before. Agustin Canapino, P12. It was a show. Add another bleep there, John. Apologies, brother. It was a show. We cannot pretend it was anything other than that. I hate the fact that so many cars were damaged. I hate that Simon Pagenaud hurt his finger. Helio Castroneves hurt his hand and his knee. Jack Harvey visibly exhausted and just in distress, getting out of the car after that crash. I hate all that misfortune. Michael Andretti. There's going to be some bottles of wine open tonight, y'all. 3 cars starting in the top 6. They look like they had everything going for a quality finish, if not a win. 3 of the 4 cars gone from the race. Kirkwood back with repaired suspension, but I hope Texas is nothing like this, and I hope Long Beach and Barber, nothing like this. But if you like drama, oh, it got served up today in St. Petersburg. Last quick thing. Big congratulations to Air McLaren for what they did. They did not have high expectations coming to this race. They thought they'd do well, but nobody was boasting, thinking that they were going to go win. Pato came so close. Alexander Rossi ran like you wouldn't believe, did some great work there as well, finishing high towards the front of the field. Some great performances by some great drivers. Scott Dixon, his new race engineer, they get on the podium here to start the season as well. So Meyershank Racing, brutal day, both cars out immediately. AJ Foyt Racing, brutal, both cars out early. There's a lot of mixed fortunes taking place here, but it was not indeed a boring motor race. What's going to happen in race 2, I have no idea, but this is a hell of a way to start the season. There's going to be a lot of work going on by many teams to get their cars back in good shape here to go to round 2. But let's talk to our man, Callum Illott. He indeed, I think he's in for some big things this year. The driver your team owner refers to as Callum.
Callum.
You just drove your ass off, which is not a big surprise. But the surprise, actually it's not. I wrote about you as one of my championship wild cards. P5 to start. You don't read my stuff, I know that.
No, I did.
Person.
I didn't see that bit though.
Okay, you were in it. And nonetheless, P5 to start the season for IndyCar's biggest and most experienced team, Juncos Hollinger Racing. How does this feel, brother?
Oh, it's amazing. Honestly, it's not a win, but it was not what I expected, especially after Friday and Saturday. The pace was not good. We made a couple of changes, and yeah, to obviously work our way up, you know, keeping it cool. It was not easy with the restarts. I think you could see it was slow, the dirt on the tires and everything, but I kind of sacrificed a bit to make sure I wasn't making any mistakes. Lost a couple of places in the process doing that, but when it mattered, and I was able to move forward. So yeah, really good to keep it clean. There's a little bit of contact at the beginning in turn 3, but amazing, really, as a team. We worked so hard over the winter, and at probably one of our worst circuits, it's great to come in with not only a top 10, but a top 5.
Tell us about Tire Deg, the alternates in particular. The drivers who babied them seemed to be okay by the end of their stints. Those who had to push hard for whatever reason really seemed to suffer. Tell us about that balance for you.
Yeah, luckily we went in the middle stint with the alternates, so we obviously had a lot of time under the safety car. The guys at the beginning, I think, were quite unlucky with that, having to do 30 laps on it. It's not easy. The temperature goes through the roof. If you keep it calm, you're able to kind of hold on to it. The pace was good for me. I think on both, I wasn't the best, but I was solid, and I was just, like I said, able to keep it clean, but not easy with those tyres. Again, we found a different balance with them compared to the Reds, and I didn't get to run on them in FP2 or FP1, so I went straight into qualifying, no idea what to expect. So yeah, still a work in progress. Obviously, we're quite small on that side, trying to develop the stuff, but no, it's going well.
Last thing for you, Juncos Hollinger Racing, 5th place with you, 12th for Augustine.
Oh yeah?
On his debut. Oof. Tell us about that.
It's great. Obviously, again, keeping it calm, keeping it cool, taking it easy sometimes pays off, especially on weekends like this. And he was doing a great job, better than expected. FP1, FP2 qualifying, and yeah, just it's great as a team. Good confidence boost. Obviously, hopefully we can continue that.
Giant killers right here. Exactly what we're all about in IndyCar. Look at that.
Yeah,
swole.
Feeling good.
Congrats, my brother.
Thanks, brother.